By Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. I ask her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting set for the nightcap ICC Northeast Rivalry Night here in Boonville. We thank everyone that's watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, as well as checking us out for the first time this season on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. And we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening tip between ICC and Northeast. Jordan, I know you've got those Coca-Cola starting lineups, and let's start with the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers go 3 guards, 2 forwards. John Darius Warren, a 6', 180 guard out of Corinth, will be one of those. DeAnthony Tipler out of Ashland, 6', 170. Isaac Chapman, 6'6", 200 from Jasper, Alabama. Cameron Jones, 6'8", 210 out of Memphis. And Jalen Perkins, 6'6", 205 out of Walker, Louisiana, with the starting 5 for the 11-0 Northeast Tigers.
Northeast controls the First American National Bank opening tip, reminding you to follow the flag from from Iuka to Tupelo. ICC's along the way, as that's First American National Bank. Now let's take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups for your ICC Indians. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Grant Pate, hope he's got that winning combo put together tonight for his Indians. 3-point basket rattled in good for the Tigers.
It'll be a starting 5 we're used to seeing. Trevante Doolittle at guard, Tyler Smith at forward, Antoine Porter at the 3 spot, Brandon Brown will be the 2 guard, and rounding out the lineup will be the leading scorer, Madarius Hobson.
That was Jalen Perkins hitting the 3 and had a whole lot to say to the ICC bench as he went back by the 3-pointer for the Indians. Off the mark, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, and ICC finds it. ICC in their road blue, trimmed in red and white. That shot is up, no good. Tigers with the rebound. They're in their home white, trimmed in black and gold. Tigers, as you mentioned, Jordan, 11-0 on the year, coming off on a 60-point win over Royal Ambassador earlier this season. There's another 3-pointer on this way. That one's long off the mark, no good, and Smith's going to watch it go out of bounds.
So 2 consecutive possessions. Northeast comes down and settles for a 3-point shot off the near side wing. Buried the first one. Second one goes off the back iron and out of bounds. Now ICC trails 3-0, 18:45 to go in the first half.
So the Indians with the basketball. This is Brandon Brown running the point guard position. Brown drives inside, challenges. His shot is up, halfway down, but wouldn't fall. Well, I'll tell you what, 1-3-1 defense is what you saw that time out of Northeast, and they're long, they're lean, and they cause you a lot of problems in the paint.
Good job on the glass there by ICC, but he got his pocket picked as John Darius Warren comes through and knocks the ball loose and forces a turnover.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those possessions there. Smart play that time as Northeast gets it back. 3-0 is your score. 18-12 to go here until halftime. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians picked up a 66-55 win in the first game of the day, as running shot is up no good, and we've got a foul.
Yeah, that time it was Jalen Perkins again. He's sitting from the three-point line twice. That time he goes left-hand, dribbles down the lane. He's going to get fouled in the back by Tyler Smith as he goes up for the left-hand layup. First foul of the night against the Indians. And that'll send Perkins to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
So Perkins heading to the free throw line. First free throw on his way is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net there for Perkins. He's got all 4 points in the contest.
I'm excited to see this matchup tonight between DeAnthony Tipler. That's the sophomore guard out of Ashland that leads the team with nearly 20 points per game, 19.9 on the year for Tipler. He's going to match up with Madarius Hobson a lot tonight. He's led ICC in all sorts of things over the course of the last 2 years. Be a fun battle to watch tonight between those two guys.
5-0 Tigers with the lead. 17:53 to go here in the first half. ICC with the basketball. Indians need to find a basket this trip down, as neither team really lighting it up from the floor, but the Tigers able to take advantage early. Driving to the baseline, and we've got a foul. No, a travel on the Tigers. I was going to say, if that was a foul on the Tigers, that was going to be a break for the Indians, but good straight-up defense on the part of Cameron Jones.
You're going to say Tyler Smith took it on the left side of the lane, tried to roll back to the right side, one too many steps. They're going to get him for the travel. 5-0, Northeast on top, 17:40 to play in the first half.
Tigers with the basketball. This is Warren. He's going to dribble over here on the left side. Quick three on its way and buries it.
Well, that's a quick 8-0 run to begin the game. There is John Darius Warren buries home that three off the left side wing, and suddenly ICC in trouble here early.
Yeah, the Tigers showing why they're 11-0 quickly in this contest. 8-0 is the score, and they're getting after the Indians defensively, nearly get the turnover, and then ICC able to find the possession and keep it with them now. Brandon Brown with it. Works it over, trying to feed it inside. Works it now to Mayday. Hobson kicks it out. Doolittle fakes to three, now drives inside. Nothing there. Three-pointer on the way now for the Indians. It's halfway down, no good, and the rebound controlled by Chapman.
Big Chapman, 6'6", 200. They got a 6'6" and a 6'8" out there in the starting five. Lots of length, a lot of athleticism in the starting five for Northeast that's shown here early on.
Well, Chapman thought about ball faking on that three, drug his pivot foot. The ball will go back now to the Indians. And I tell you what, you can see that size being a difference early on here defensively for the Indians. The past two games, we saw a lot of attacking the basket. This game tonight, though, the Indians trying that, but the Tigers simply just a little bit too big in the paint right now.
Northeast going to that 1-3-1 zone. They're attacking out top two, trying to trap the basketball. They've done it with success early on. It's a missed three out of the corner by ICC. Ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah,
I think the Indians hold possession.
Yeah, you're starting to see the Indians get a little bit frustrated and start to put up some quick three-pointers here. It's good if they're falling, but for right now for the Indians, they ain't falling. So ICC ball on the baseline, 20 seconds on the shot clock. That shot is up, a lot of contact, no foul call. They say shot was blocked, as that was Porter who tried to power up that time, but again, just a size difference between Northeast and ICC right now being the key to the contest. We're trying to lob this one over the top. Porter's able to climb the ladder and go get it. Works it over now. Thought about the three. Nothing there. Looks like now they're going to shift to a 2-3 zone, are the Tigers. So ICC going to have to shift their attack. Porter with the basketball. Lost it momentarily. Now kicks it out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Somebody's got to do something with the basketball. Doolittle gets it. Jumper on its way. Yes.
Well, Trevante Doolittle really bailed ICC out right there, because with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, it looked like Tyler Smith and Antoine Porter had no idea where they wanted to go with it. 4 minutes into the game, ICC's not really had a good look on the offensive end.
8-2 is the score. First basket of the game for ICC. Comes at the 16-11 mark. Three-pointer from the corner from the Tigers is off the mark. ICC gets the rebound. And then a dangerous pass up the floor. A lot of contact. Good no foul call. Inside they go, and there's going to be a foul on the Tigers.
Good job there, out in transition by Brandon Brown as he sees an opportunity to get there in the lane, go towards the rim, and gets fouled on the way. They're going to say foul occurred on the floor, so it'll be an inbound pass and underneath the goal.
That's the first foul whistle there on Tipler. Each team with one foul in the contest. 8-2 is the score. 15:49 to go here in the first quarter. Northeast with the lead. ICC with the basketball, working left to right on your radio dial. Doolittle went inside, had an opportunity to lay up. Instead, kicks it out to Mayday, and he buries it.
Well, now you've seen ICC being able to attack that 2-3 zone, find a soft spot a couple of possessions in a row. You know, Northeast knows ICC does not shoot the 3-ball well. They're going to force ICC to shoot them out of that 2-3 zone to the defensive end, I would think.
ICC cuts the lead in half, 8-4 now. Inside 15.5 minutes to go until halftime. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith bringing this action. A foul is going to be whistled on Porter there. Again, one of those hip check fouls called on the Indians.
They're actually going to get Brandon Brown. They're going to say away from the basket. Brandon Brown had a hold on 23 Cameron Jones, and it's probably a pretty good call. Those two guys got tied up down on the low block. So that'll be the second foul call of the half to go against the Indians.
Two substitutions into the contest here for Northeast. Ladarius Spears and Javen Humphrey into the contest. And Perkins continuing his hot start to the ball game. He's got 7 points. Easy little drop in the basket that time.
Just take the ball out of the corner there, dribble one time, and a long, lanky guy like that's able to extend towards the rim and put it up.
Porter finds the open spot against that press, was able to get the layup. Nearly had that shot blocked, but ICC starting to find a little bit of rhythm now offensively.
10-6, Northeast leads, 14:50 to go in the first half. It was an 8-0 run to open the game for Northeast, but since ICC has got back into it and cut it to a 10-6 lead.
Tigers with the basketball, trap in the corner. They do get it away from it. Jumper from the key on its way, halfway up, no good. Tried to power back the dunk, but there's going to be a foul call there on the Indians, as that was Brandon Brown. Brandon Brown wanting the jump ball. I'm not saying this as a slight to Brandon, but I'm sorry you didn't have the basketball. You had the player wrapped around the waist.
Well, it's probably not a bad foul either, because Jalen Perkins was about to one-hand slam and possibly tear the basketball goal plumb off the roof if he's able to throw that one down.
That's going to be the second foul whistle on Brown, as the first free throw is up in and good. Very impressed with Jalen Perkins to start the contest. 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. He's got 8 of the Tigers' 11 points so far.
Tigers come into the night with 3 guys averaging double figures. Perkins, one of those 3 at 13.1. Isaac Chapman, 16.4. And the leading scorer on the year has been D'Anthony Tipler, the sophomore guard, averaging nearly 20 points per game.
4 for 4 from the charity stripe is Perkins. He's got 9 points. The lead back to 6 now, 12-6 in favor of the Tigers with 14:30 to play. ICC with the basketball now. They skip it around to Doolittle. Doolittle trying to weave inside. Good help defense to back it back, forcing to back it back out.
So it was a 1-3-1 zone set. Now as it's broken, they're going to fall back into man-to-man. As Mayday puts up a jumper, no good, but the Indians get their own rebound.
Rance Champ is checked into the contest for the Indians. Wild shot put up. Couldn't get the foul call that time. Champ, he's at 3-point threat, but the Indians need to see if he can get a hot start here in the contest. Loose ball on the floor, a lot of contact on both sides of the floor. The officials saying let him play tonight. So Doolittle picks up his dribble, in trouble. Now he's going to get it to Rance, who gives it quickly back to Doolittle. 13:45 to play here, 12-6. Tigers with the lead over your Indians. Inside they go to Hobson. Mayday wants to go to work in the paint. Sees a double team. Beautiful extra pass. Layup is there.
Good pass and a good job there by Tyler Smith, who's on the far side elbow as he sees Mayday try to back him down. He flashes towards the basketball goal. A good job by Hobson to get the basketball to him, and an even better job by Brown to fight through the contact and lay it up.
Little pick and roll action there results in a travel on the other end by the Tigers. 12-8 is the score. ICC trailing here with 13:25 to play. You know, that's one part of Mayday's game that, or Madarius Hobson, as we say, has really improved over the last few games, or actually from freshman year to this year. His recognition of the double team, where it comes from, and where to go with the basketball.
You know, I'd say he's probably the best passer on the team, too. He had a good natural feel to the game. He knows where guys are flashing to the goal. He knows who's open. He knows if he's double teamed, somebody has to be open. He's done a good job in the passing category so far this year, so far tonight as well.
Hobson back to Smith. Ball fake, wants to drive inside. Nothing there. Good defense by the Tigers. Now Hobson steps out to get it. Drops it out to Doolittle. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Now swings it around to Champ. Champ for 3. That one off the back iron. No good. Long rebound controlled by the Tigers.
Good look that time for Rance Champ as he got that one off with about 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Quick three-pointer on the other end, pulled by the Tigers. It's no good, and ICC with the rebound. Business starting to pick up here in Boonville tonight as the pace quickens. 12:45 and counting here in the first half. 12-8 is your score. Northeast with the lead. ICC with the basketball. Doolittle working off a Hobson screen. Puts the jumper. It's off the back iron. No good. Rebound. Tipped and fought for, and eventually controlled by Northeast.
You know, Northeast definitely has won the size battle. There's no way around that. They're going to be able to outflank you and have a lot more size for you out there fighting for those rebounds.
Nice extra pass, but good help defense by Hobson that time. Slaps the ball away. Ball out of bounds to the Tigers on the baseline. More substitutions coming in here for the Tigers. Back into the contest is going to be Warren and number 24, Chapman. Warren wearing number 2. 12-18 to play here. 12-8 is your score. Sporadic scoring back and forth between these two teams. Tigers with the basketball. Nearly a 5-second violation. Throw it inside. Wild shot, no good. Hobson gets big and gets the rebound.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see from Ladarius Spears if you coach Cord right. He's the big 6'7", 270 guy that got hung up in midair. No idea what to do with the basketball. He just throws it off the back iron, and the ICC is able to control the rebound.
Mayday with a long jumper. It's off the mark, no good. Nobody in the paint that time for ICC to try to crash the boards. Here comes Northeast wanting to push. They lead it 12-8. Inside 12 minutes to play now until halftime. And that's got to be 3 seconds in the lane as two players had failed to the floor. Looked like Hobson and Warren collided with each other, and both players are kind of shaken up right now as the referee's calling for time. And I missed who hit that three that time, Jordan. I was waiting for him to flash it on the big board.
Missed it as well. I was watching the guys down on the ground. As
that's what I was.
The ball had gone into the post. All 5 guys in blue jerseys for ICC had collapsed on top of it. And as they got kicked out wide, guys were rolling everywhere. Kind of just anticipating a whistle. Never got it.
And they haven't put the points on the board yet for the Tigers. I mean, they put it on the scoreboard, just not who scored it. Either way it goes, back to action now. 11:35 to go here. 15-8 is the score. Is that Chapman who hit it?
It was Chapman.
So Chapman hits the three. And the runner in that time, good.
Antoine Porter that time off the right side wing, gets in there and fights among those big guys and lays it off the right side. You know, one thing you can say about ICC is they don't have the size that Northeast has, but they've got down there in the post and scrapped with them early on here tonight.
That was Porter's 4th point of the contest. 15-10 now, coming up on 11 minutes to play here in the first half. That ball slapped away. ICC just couldn't quite get to it before it goes out of bounds.
Good job by Tyler Smith as he goes to cut off the penetration to the rim. He gets that left hand out there and knocks that ball loose. If not, it's a wide open three right here in front of us.
Tigers with the basketball on the baseline, on the left side of the baseline, as they lob it in here near us in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Reminding you to join the Indian Club. Find out how you can do that by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. Tigers 3 from the corner as the shot clock goes off. And the Indians get the loose ball, and now here comes ICC. Doolittle wanting to challenge inside, and there's a foul. Good challenge that time by Doolittle. Recognized the big guys didn't get back defensively for the Tigers. Challenged the basket and will go to the free throw line now to shoot 2.
Just took it right at John Darius Warren out in transition off the left side of the lane. Warren thought he had all ball, but 2 separate officials blew the whistle there, said they got him on the arm. That allowed Trevante Doolittle to go to the free throw line.
Doolittle heading to the free throw line where he's looking for points number 3 and 4 on the evening. Doolittle, southpaw, first free throw, a couple of dribbles, and buries it.
You know, we talked at length in the women's game earlier about how the women's team had struggled from the free throw line. The men, a little bit better. They shoot it at a 67.5% clip, but by far the best free throw shooter on the team throughout the year has been Trevante Doolittle.
Waiting his second free throw here from Doolittle. A carbon copy of the first one, nothing but the bottom of the net that time. Doolittle now has 4 points in the contest. Indians sticking around in this one now, trail by 3, 15-12, coming up on 10.5 to play until halftime.
First time tonight we see ICC go to their full court press.
They just camp around in the corner. ICC loses them. 3-pointer is on its way. No good. Offensive putback, no. Third time is a charm and a foul.
And that's where you get in trouble right there. As you see Northeast attacks that glass. That time Isaac Chapman got his hands on it, put it up, could not make it go. And then Ladarius Spears, the big fella at 6'7", 270, goes up, gets it, puts it back in, and it goes down and gets fouled from behind.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys, he can absorb that type of contact. Big physical player out there for the Tigers, and he's been effective this year. So a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Can't get the free throw to fall. 17-12 remains your score. 10:20 to play here in the first half. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith bringing his action here. Lee Adams on the baseline taking photos. You can see those photos on ICCimages.com, and Raphael Henry up top. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take the timeout with them. Let's hear a word from our sponsors and be back with more right after this. ICC trails at 17-12. 10:12 to go until halftime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. There's 10-12 to go here in the first half of play. Northeast with a 17-12 advantage over ICC. Real quick, just a note for those that are Tim Dillard fans out there, the second annual Nettleton High School Baseball First Pitch Banquet will be held on Friday, February the 7th at Nettleton's First United Methodist Church Life Center at 6 p.m. $25. Feature speaker will be Tim Dillard, and if you don't know Tim Dillard, my goodness, you do want to go out and hear that. For more information, call Mark Oswald at 662-213-2268. That's 662-213-2268. Or you can get up with any Nettleton baseball player there.
Tim's old Soutella boy, Adam.
He is.
How about that?
Dillard, if you don't follow him on social media, he's a part of the ICC Athletic Hall of Fame. The guy, he's found the fountain of youth somehow to stay in the league for now, I think, 18, 19 years. But most definitely going to be a fun night there. There's going to be a shot clock violation. Was trying to draw the foul. I like the official not calling that foul there, even though he did try to get it off. There was a lot of contact.
A lot of contact, but really in a position where probably wouldn't have been shooting no matter what there. So probably a good call there by the officials. Give the basketball back to Northeast. 17-12. Tigers lead, 9:40 to go in the first half.
Northeast with the basketball, working right to left on your radio dial. A baseline jumper up in and good for Tipler. His first points of the night. Good-looking shot there out of a good-looking athlete in Tipler.
Yeah, just a little floater there. Tipler, not a very big guy, only 6 foot. That may be generous, but he attacks well off that right side. He does so there and floats it over the top of the Indians for 2 points.
Smith with the basketball now, driving baseline. Oh, a lot of contact from behind. No foul call. Nice job finishing on that reverse layup.
How about Tyler Smith, though? He says, you know what, we're in a size advantage here tonight, but I'm going to attack the basket. I'm going to get fouled, or I'm going to throw one down. That time up and under, puts one in for the Indians.
Tigers with the basketball. Drive inside the paint. Floater is up, in and good. Tigers just lights out as Humphrey buries that one.
Humphrey's a guy they like a lot, a sophomore that comes off the bench at guard, averages just a tick over 7 points a game, and you can see why. He can shoot the three-point as we've seen a couple of times, but he can also dribble drive as he did right there.
Defense falls away from Doolittle, couldn't make him pay with that long jumper. Tigers with the rebound, getting out to run now. 21-14, 8:40 to play. Driving inside, shot is up in and good. What great body control that time by Warren to be able to absorb a little bit of that contact and get the shot to fall.
You can see the momentum really creeping over there on the northeast side, too. They've been able to get that basketball out in transition with the Anthony Tipler and John Darius Warren. They attacked the paint hard. That's what happened right there with Warren.
Doolittle driving to the basket, lost the handle on it. It was last touched by the Tigers. The lead now 23-14, the largest of the night for the Tigers with 8:20 to play here. Substitutions coming into the contest. Kendricus Carlton in for ICC, along with number 11, Brandon Brown, checking back into the contest. Also, number 4, Shamontis Mitchell into the contest. Those substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU.
Back to a 2-3 zone here for Northeast. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Somebody's got to do something with it. Carlton drives inside, and he's going to hit with the travel. Good call that time as Carlton got into the big man's land and just couldn't quite go up strong enough with it.
You're right. The big man, Cameron Jones, right there in the center, is a 6'8", 210 freshman, and he's very long, Adam, and he's taking up a lot of room there in the middle of that lane. And ICC struggling to find that offense down low because of the room he's taking up.
All right, Jordan, your thoughts so far on the contest with 8 minutes to play here in the first half. ICC trailing at 23-14.
Well, Northeast came out, hit us hard in the mouth early, 8-0 run to open up the game. Since then, you saw a period of time where ICC settled into some nice sets on the offensive end, swung the basketball, and found some open looks. But the last couple of minutes has been a lot of John Darius Warren and DeAnthony Tipler out in transition, really controlling the offense for Northeast, and that's pushed them out to this 9-point lead. 23-14 with 7:30 to go in the first half.
Tipler misses a three. ICC gets the rebound. Now with the basketball. Works inside to Hobson. Hobson sees the double team. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Long rebound into the hands of the Tigers. Now Northeast wanting to get out and run. This is Tipler with the basketball. Drops it off. Three-pointer on its way. Good. McGarth with the basket. And again, anytime Northeast hits a three-pointer on this side of the floor, they've got a lot to say to our bench. Big basket there. Makes the lead now 12. So inside 7, nice extra pass. Hobson with the layup.
Good job off left side. Brandon Brown goes up, fakes the layup, and he realizes he's got all the attention on him. Hands it underneath to Madarius Hobson, and he's able to lay it off the right side glass and cut it to 10.
Well, that's where ICC has found their success offensively, is filling in where that defense comes to double team when they're in the paint. I'd like to see the Indians get a little bit more consistent on that. And there's going to be a reach-in foul whistled here on the Tigers. And I'll tell you what, Tippler that time split defenders. And if we don't commit that foul, then you just saw what happened there. It was a big-time dunk finish off the lob. So not a bad foul that time.
Well, Northeast has a lot of pieces, as you can see. They got two guys they really trust at guard, and John Darius Warren and DeAnthony Tippler. They got three long guys at over 6'6", and Jalen Perkins, Cam Jones, and Isaac Chapman. They've been able to use all of those guys in different ways so far here tonight. As a charge call goes against Northeast, a big one there in the lane will get the Indians back to basketball.
Well, I'll say this, that foul called on DeAnthony Tippler, but the referees let Kendricus Carlton jump and grab Tippler on the other end of the floor and didn't call anything. And so that was a big-time break on that end, then a big-time break here as well, being able to pick up the charge on the other end for ICC.
That's 2 fouls on Tippler, too, with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. If you can get 3 on him, that would be huge here before the halftime break.
Nice job staying with the play that time was Brown as he got his shot blocked, got it back, and got the basket to fall for his first points of the night. Makes it a 8-point contest with 6:02 to play here. So we'll have a substitution for Northeast, but the inbounds right here in front of us in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. As there's a steal by Hobson on the inbounds. Hobson spins in the paint, shot is up and good.
Great job by Madarius Hobson, does it all on himself, takes the left side, spins as he goes towards the goal. Fights through some contact and lays it up, and suddenly a 4-point swing. We got a 6-point game with 5:45 to go in the first half.
Hobson with 6 points leading the Indians. 26-20 is your score. 5:40 to play here in the first half. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians pulled away late for a 66-55 win in the women's game. The Indians trying to find a way to complete a rare sweep here in Boonville. That shot is off the mark, no good. Carlton collects the rebound.
You know, and I would just not think that's what Cord Wright's wanting on the offensive end, is you've got the size advantage. You got 3 guys over 6'6" out there, and you settle for a 3-point basket about 30 feet away from the rim.
Carlton ball fakes, nice ball movement, now gets it back to Hobson. Hobson, rare 3-pointer, it's off the mark, no good. Oh! Mitchell coming out of nowhere. Had to twist awkwardly to try to put the shot back up, was fouled. And so he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Northeast is going to burn a timeout.
Cord is not happy as he met his guys at the free throw line as he called the timeout. Timeout, we'll take it with him and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup. Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we reset out of the timeout. Northeast 26, ICC 20, 5:06 to play here in the first half. The Tigers have gone on runs with the Indians sneaking their way back into this one.
Yeah, you've seen Northeast really have a lot of success in taking the ball in the lane, whether it was with penetration, whether it's getting it down low off the block to one of those big guys. But every now and then they get prone to want to launch some 3-point shots. They want to get as far away as they can and in range and launch some. And that's when they've gotten a little bit of trouble and allowed ICC to go on some runs. It all starts with a bad shot on the offensive end for Northeast, and it leads to ICC getting a chance in transition to get points.
Mitchell buries the first free throw. Makes it a 5-point contest now. And I think that's what Coach Wright probably was talking about during that timeout. Mitchell buries the second.
You know, it's a 4-point game with 5 minutes to go in the first half, and it feels like Northeast should be up between 10 to 15.
Yeah, their large lead of the night has been 12, but ICC has been on a little bit of a run here. Substitution into the game as Madarius Hobson comes out of the contest, and I believe Antoine Porter checks back in. Inside 5 minutes to play now until halftime. Stay tuned for the Renaissance Bank halftime report coming your way. We'll take a look at some Sonic stats. We'll also hear from ICC baseball coach Rick Collier talking about the upcoming baseball season. Has a nice job on that steal on the entry pass by the Indians.
Great job on defense down low, too, by Antoine Porter. Is you're on a guy that's got about 3 inches on you. You do a good job of fronting him. That forces a bad pass, and ICC gets the turnover and translates it over to the offensive end.
Mitchell eyes, tries, can't buy the three-pointer. That one well off the mark. Not the shot you're looking for right there for the Indians.
Yeah, Shamontis Mitchell had a good look at it, but at the end of the day, you got to take one more dribble inside the lane and make that three-point shot about 4 feet shorter and get a better look at the basket.
Substitution in the game for the Tigers. Spears re-enters the contest. Northeast, wild shot put up. ICC gets away with a little bit of contact there. They're able to get the rebound, and a good job on the past few possessions, limiting Northeast to one and done.
It feels like since about the 10-minute mark, ICC's been in control of the tempo of this game. Northeast, when they get it, everybody knows they want to run in a hurry. ICC's got it. They've been a lot more patient on the offensive end.
Doolittle with the basketball now, works it over on the left wing. Inside they go. Turnaround shot for Mitchell is up, no good. A lot of contact, no foul call. I'm going to say this, Jordan. Yes, there's been a lot of contact tonight, but the referees have done a good job calling it both ways.
Yeah, when it's been something blatant, they've done a good job about blowing the whistle. But even though Northeast has had the size advantage, sometimes you'll see more fouls go against that bigger team. It's not been that way tonight. It's been called pretty even.
3:30 and counting here. 26-22, Northeast with the lead. And the basketball. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. Tippler, step back. Jumper on its way, good. Excuse me, that was actually Warren who drills that one. He's now got 7 points.
Warren's got a quick little release to him there as he goes dribble off left side, goes left, comes back right, and fades away from about 18 feet. Just a quick release. He pulls up out of nowhere.
28-22, Northeast with the lead, ICC with the basketball. Coming up on 3 minutes to play here as there's a deep NBA range three from Rance Champ.
Rance Champ way downtown, shooting a three-point ball at nearly 50%. Rattles one home, and now don't look, but ICC's cut it to a three-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, the Indians not going quietly into the evening here in Boonville. Northeast with the basketball. Tigers working around to the left wing. Three-pointer on its way, halfway down, no good. Rebound is to Doolittle. Now Doolittle wanting to get out and run. Trying to go coast to coast. Contact, count the basket.
What a good job there by Trevante Doolittle. Realizes he's got 4 on 3. He pushes the basketball right down the lane. Notices he's got the best angle. He takes it right at the man in front of him, draws the foul, finishes. And with a free throw here, we'll be all square.
So a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here, as you saw it there on the Little Caesars instant replay. Trevante Doolittle collects his 6th point of the contest and makes it a 1-point game. So Doolittle back to the free throw line. Takes 3 dribbles, a spin, fires and misses the free throw. Rebound was slapped around, nearly taken by ICC, but Northeast controls it.
Let's see if Northeast settles into more of a true half-court set here, plays more patient on the offensive end. It seemed like everything has been in a hurry throughout the first half.
Tigers with the basketball now. Working here over on the left wing in front of us. Three-pointer on its way, no good. And again, Tigers sticking with the three-point shots, just couldn't get them to fall. Layup is good for Doolittle.
Great job also by Medarius Hobson, though, out in transition. Push it to the logo, draw the man onto you, and then find the pass off to the right side with Trevante Doolittle. 29-28, Indians take the lead.
First lead of the evening here for ICC. Coming up on 2 minutes of play here in the first half. Inside they go, turnaround shot blocked. But a foul going to be called on Hobson. Hobson thought he got all ball, but I think he got him with the body, is what they're calling there.
You're going to have to say it was a little bit of a body, but at the end of the day, big Ladarius Spears in there at 6'7", 270. Medarius Hobson, he's going to be more along the lines of 6'3", 180. So that's going to be a size battle won by Northeast. Not much contact, but enough to warrant the foul.
So winning the first free throw here is bouncing around and finds his way home. Spears now with 3. Pendleton will check into the contest for ICC. Looks like Tippler and Chapman re-enter the contest here for Northeast with 1:59 to play in a tie ball game at 29. Waiting the second free throw opportunity here from Spears. He spins that one around and finds his way through. 4 points now for Spears, and the Indians' 1-point lead short-lived. 30-29. Northeast retakes the lead here. 1:52 left in the first half.
Northeast is going to set back into that 2-3 zone again here, Adam.
Carlton with the basketball, dribbles it around. Into the corner they go with it. Deep 3 from Pendleton, well off the mark, and an air ball there collected by the Tigers, and you hear the few students in the bands that's here for the Tigers, as there's a three-pointer on the other end, a big answer, big swing there. Warren hitting his second three-pointer of the game.
That's where you get in trouble right there. Is you airball one, that allows a very athletic team like Northeast to push the basketball one way. They drive it left side, draw all the attention, swing the basketball across the floor to J.D. Warren, and he launches a three and buries it home.
Pendleton now drops it off to Carlton. Carlton trying to go inside, nothing there. Trying to ask for a screen. Great job fighting over the top of it. Now Carlton drives inside. Kiss off the glass is good. The Renaissance Bank shot falls that time for Carlton.
I don't know how Carlton was able to rattle that one home, and somehow he gets inside the guard and gets around the big man in the center. That was Spears right there in the middle, and he somehow got it up and under him and laid it off the glass.
Big make there. Now there's 45 seconds left to play. The Indians trail at 33-31. They trailed as much as 12 in the first half, and looked like a travel call, but they're going to say the ball last touched out of bounds by ICC. A lot of contact there.
A lot of contact, but it was a good job by Antoine Porter of staying in front of his man. If that's a call against anybody, it's going to go against Northeast.
So 10 seconds on the shot clock, and we've got a foul on the inbounds, and this one is going to go against Porter here.
That's going to put Northeast in the 1-1 too. As I said, Porter was rolled off a screen, and they're going to say he held on to his man. That's going to be number 4, I believe. Octavia, is it 4?
24.
24, that is. Isaac Chapman going to the free throw line.
40 seconds to go here. 33-31 Northeast with a 2-point advantage over the Indians. First free throw is up and good for Isaac Chapman. Chapman, a good-looking athlete, can shoot the three and buries the free throw there.
Free throw line, something that's been very kind to Northeast through the year. A 72.5% clip off the free throw stripe.
Second free throw off the mark, no
them.
good. Good job. So the Indians could hold for the last shot, or no, excuse me. They're going to take a timeout with 35.7 seconds to go here, and they're going to take a full timeout. Want to make sure they get down the floor and get a good possession this trip down, as it's 34-31. We'll keep it here in Jordan. Indians got down 12, battled back, took a 1-point lead, saw Northeast fight back. But you got to like to find out if you've seen the Indians so far.
Well, it's almost like it took that 12-point deficit for ICC to realize, hey, we're off the bus, we're here, we can play in this basketball game as well. As you saw them almost take more of a control of the tempo from that point on. As they got into the half-court set, they ran some screens, they got the ball in low, they got in around some of those big post players and actually got the ball to the glass against a team that has at all times 3 guys at 6'6 plus on the floor. So ICC did a good job from a tempo standpoint. They played well on defense, and as athletic and long and just as tough as Northeast is on the offensive side of things, they almost look a little bit out of control sometimes.
34-31 is your score with 35.7 seconds left until halftime. You want to stay tuned for the Renaissance Bank halftime report. We'll take a look at some Sonic stats. We'll also hear from Coach Rick Collier about the upcoming baseball season as well.
It's a big opportunity for ICC right here. Even if you go into the halftime break down 3 points, you feel pretty good about where you're at, knowing you trailed by 12 just a few minutes ago. So get a bucket here and force a stop and go in down 1, down tied. You just don't want to take a bad shot here and let Northeast get a look at the basket.
So there's 32 seconds on the clock, about 11 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Inside they go to Hobson. Hobson challenges the big guys. Good job going straight up. Tigers take a timeout. Coach Wright didn't necessarily want that timeout. As he looked at him, he's like, no, don't call it, as he thought he had numbers on the other going the other way.
Well, yeah, and the board says he has 5 timeouts left, but I felt like he had already called a couple.
He does. He has called 1.
Okay.
So Jordan, be thinking about your first half thoughts here with 23.6 seconds to go. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 34-31 is your score. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians picked up a 66-55 win in the first game of the day. That final score, a little bit different than the game was. ICC pulled away late in that one.
Yeah, it was back and forth affair. ICC led by 3 going into the fourth quarter. They trailed by 2 at the halftime break, though. So a back and I guess you could call it a seesaw affair is more like what it was, but ICC is able to capitalize on the depth they have. You know, Robin Porter does a great job of subbing in and out, keeping fresh legs out there, and I really think that paid a difference in the end.
So Northeast with the basketball. Shot clock is off. There's 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. ICC trails at 34-31. Tigers clearly going to try to hold off for the final shot here of the first half. Boy, the Indians can get a stop here to be big. This is Warren with the basketball. He's got 10 points in the contest. Now there's 3 seconds. Warren still dribbling around. Stops back for the three-pointer and buries it. Big three-point basket knocked down there for the Tigers, grabbing a whole lot of momentum heading into halftime.
That hurts right there, Adam. No other way to say it is with about 35 seconds left, the ICC has the ball, 30 seconds on the shot clock, a 5-second differential. They take a terrible shot at a terrible time. That allows Northeast to get the basketball back, and we said it needed to be 3 or less going into the break. They hit that big 3 at the buzzer, and you go into the break trailing by 6.
37-31 is your score. We'll take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC trails Northeast at the break. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Carhop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Renaissance Bank halftime report. 37-31, Northeast with the lead. They hit a big three-pointer at the buzzer to take a 6-point advantage into halftime. And Jordan, your thoughts so far in the first half?
Well, a couple of things. One is Northeast comes out in a hurry, 8-0 run. They're on top of you within 2 minutes, and it thinks, man, this thing can get off the rails in a hurry. But a good job by ICC to fight back. And over the course of the first half, we mentioned it a minute ago, it really felt like they controlled a lot of the tempo on the offensive end. That said, that big three-point bucket there at the buzzer, how many basketball games over the years have you seen change coming out in the second half because the team hits a big bucket going into the locker room? Whatever that does, it gives you some momentum going in there to the locker room. So instead of that 3-point lead, it is a 6-point lead for Northeast at the halftime break.
Hey, you're looking at some of those Little Caesars first half highlights here from the contest. Jordan, I know you've got some of those stats right there in front of you. So when you get a chance, let's go over those stats, and let's start with the Tigers.
So starting at a look at the Tigers coming to the night 11-0. They lead 37-31 at the halftime break. They started Jalen Perkins, Cameron Jones, John Darius Warren, DeAnthony Tipler, and Isaac Chapman. It would be John Darius Warren who leads the team in scoring with 13 total points on 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. So 13 points, 2 rebounds for John Darius Warren. DeAnthony Tipler came into the night leading the team in scoring at 19.9 points per game. Only 2 points, though, in the first half, though, for Tipler. 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from the three-point line. 2 points, 1 total rebound, and 3 assists, though, to go along with that line for DeAnthony Tipler. Jalen Perkins had 2 big threes to open up the night. 9 total points for Perkins, the forward. He played 15 minutes and 41 seconds there in the first half. And then rounding out the starting lineup would be Isaac Chapman. 1 of 4 from the field, but that 1 field goal was from the three-point line. He added a free throw and has 4 total points and 4 rebounds at the halftime break. They had 5 guys played off the bench. Ladarius Spears was the big fella, the 6'7", 270 forward out of Okolona. He's got 4 points and a rebound to go along with an assist and 1 turnover in 9 minutes and 22 seconds of play. Javen Humphrey, 2 points off the bench, as well as Cole McGrath hit a 3 in his 3 minutes off the bench. Also seeing some action with Shadrick Bolden and Braxton Pritchard off the bench in the first half for Coach Cord Wright's Northeast Tigers. Overall, 12 of 26 from the field, 46%, 6 of 15 from the three-point line for 40%, and they were 7 of 9 off the free throw line for 77%. So 46 field goal, 40% three-point, and 77% off the free throw line. In the rebounding column, it was pretty much back and forth. It was close all the way through, but ICC, on a night where they're outsized all across the board, they won the rebounding battle through the first half. 19 rebounds for the Indians, 17 rebounds for Northeast. ICC was led by Trevante Doolittle with 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting and 2 of 3 off the free throw line. He also contributed 2 rebounds and 3 assists through the first half. Tyler Smith was 2 of 4 from the floor, had a rebound and assist for 4 points in 14 minutes and 25 seconds of action there in the first half. Antoine Porter drew the start as the other forward. He has 4 points and adds 2 rebounds to that total as well. Rounding out the starting lineup, Brandon Brown was 1 of 5 from the field for 2 points, and Madarius Hobson was 3 of 8 from the field for a total of 6 points. They added 3 more guys off the bench in the scoring column, as well as Rodarian Pendleton, who saw plenty of action as well, but did not see the scoring column. Kendricus Carlton, 1 of 1 from the floor for 2 points. Shermontis Mitchell hit 2 free throws for 2 points. And Rance Champ was 1 of 2 from the floor, but that one was from a three-point line and gives him 3 points at the halftime break. Overall, the Indians shot at 13 of 32 in the first half for a 40% clip. They were only 1 of 8 from the three-point line, though, so that comes in just a tick over 12%. 4 of 5 from the charity stripe for a total of 80% there. So 32 shots from the floor for ICC in the first half compared to only 26 for Northeast. So that's a number that I did not expect to see, but I also didn't expect to see that ICC out-rebounded Northeast in the first half as well, just with the size advantage that we've seen out there. But at the end of the stat sheet, 37-31, Northeast leads ICC at the halftime break.
We're going to take a break. As Jordan said, 37-31 is your score. Tigers with the lead over your Indians. We're going to hear from Coach Rick Collier, part of the Little Caesars halftime report, talking about the upcoming baseball season coming off that 2019 MAC-JC Championship. Back with that and more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Well, Rick, baseball season, it'll be here before you know it. Coming off of just one of the best seasons ever at ICC. You had won the state championship, hosted the region tournament, finished #2 in the country. Just kind of reflect back real quick over last season.
Yeah, that was a great year. We've had a couple other years, several years that get close to that, but I think we were 42-8, an exceptional group. I mean, that group of guys spoil a coach. They took care of their business. I mean, went to class and great grades and, winning 40 won ball games, winning another state championship for us. It's just a great year, and it all about them. And when you get a good group of guys and they all gel like that and believe in one another and take care of their business, it always works out like that. Those other state championships we got, they were good groups, and everybody bought in and just had a great year.
Well, Rick, you talk about those group of guys. We'll eventually focus on this year's team, but you can only put 9 on the field, and you had 5 or 6 that went Division I, so that talks about the type of talent you had. Other guys also signing scholarships as well. So let's just talk about that. You're losing a lot of really good baseball players, some of the SEC, other schools like that, but you got a lot of shoes to fill this year as well.
Yes, it's going to be a young group out there this time. We'll have 2 starting guys back. Our center fielder will he'll move from right field and go to center. That's Lane Domino, and our shortstop's back, Brett Coker. But we lost all those other guys. We lost our top 4 arms in the rotation. We lost Hootie to Mississippi State, and Medlin to Middle Tennessee State, and Krieger went to La Tech, and Lancaster went to Missouri, and our catcher went to Ole Miss, and then Medlin was our everyday first baseman, so when he wasn't pitching, and Krieger was our second baseman. So, LB went to Mississippi College out in left field. Russell's now going to Mississippi State. We got a lot of shoes to fill, and thing about it is we try to keep it rolling here. We got a good group. We got a good, talented group. They playing hard. Had a great fall. We were 6-2 in the fall and scored a lot of runs, and that's about junior college. You're gonna have to replace them. This is my 22nd year to be here, and 18th as the head coach, and been down this road before, and we're just working hard, and we're going to try and get this team rolling also.
Well, Rick, you talk about that. You've been here 22 years, 18 as head coach. What keeps that fire lit in you to come back and just – it's something about it. When baseball season gets here, man, life is good.
Yes, it's competition. It's challenges. It's another challenge. When you got 20 new guys on your roster and kind of got off sync with some injuries and some red shirts and some things like that, your idea, you'd like to have 14 and 14 or 15 and 15, but we're at 20 freshmen. But it's a good challenge. I mean, it's fun to watch them get better, develop, weight room, long toss programs, and it's obvious our guys get better. We've had 33 SEC signees out of here in my time as head coach, and 6 or 7 drafted, and not counting the other great schools that these guys have gone to. I'm up over 250 guys going to 4-year schools out of here, and we just work hard, and and the guys got to buy into it. That special group of guys come in and they see how it helps them to work. It's just a challenge. I love it, and I'm starting to get energized again after this Christmas break, and we'll get after it again. But there's a lot of work already going into it since they got here in August.
Well, you talk about the challenges, and this year that schedule is going to be another tough challenge, and that's what you do. You challenge yourself outside of division, because once you step inside the division play, MACJC baseball, everybody talks about how tough football is. Baseball, I think, is equally, if not a little bit more tough.
Yes, you get in that MACJC now, you can get beat any day. And you got to come out playing your best every day. You can't take anybody for granted. I tell my guys, don't even worry about who's got a uniform on the other side. Just play every day, and it's a marathon. It's not a race. You got to run it. You got to go. It's 28 games, and it's just tough. It's relentless. You got to play hard and do well every day.
Well, Rick, anything else you want to add maybe to the fans that getting ready for the baseball season, and just kind of fire them up, get excited with you and to be here before we know it?
Oh, yes. It's a come on out opening day, and we'll have a great time. It's come watch a good group. I can't tell you right now who's going to be the starters. We'll be mixing and matching early, and same way with the pitching. We got a lot of good names out there that did well in high school, and it'll be exciting watching them develop and mature as a junior college baseball player.
Well, Rick, appreciate you taking time out of the day to talk to us, my man.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
And welcome back as we get set for the start of the second half of play. ICC trailing at 37-31 here at halftime. I'm Adam Gore, joined by Jordan Smith. Lee Adams is on the baseline taking photos for ICCimages.com. Raphael Henry up top running the camera tonight for tonight's broadcast as well. All right, Jordan, ICC, they let a quick three-pointer kind of distance the game out a little bit more before halftime. But what do the Indians need to do to be successful here in the second half?
Well, they just really need to pick up where they left off offensively there at the tail end of the first half, as they found something over the course of those last 5 to 6 minutes and were able to really cut into what was a 12-point lead and make it a 3-point lead before that big three there at the halftime break stretched it back out to 6. So, you know, you got to stay out of a track meet with Northeast. They're an athletic team. They're long. They've got size. They can beat you on the boards, but you won the rebounding battle there in the first half. So more of the same. Don't let it turn into a track meet. Be sound offensively. Run those half-court sets.
Well, the Indians miss a three-pointer. Northeast got the rebound and then stepped out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say they never gathered possession, so it will stay at 20 seconds on the shot clock. So ICC gets it inside, tried to feed it into Hobson, had it slapped away, and now here comes the Tigers in transition. Layup too hard. No good. It's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Tigers. Well, yes, he's going to stay with the Tigers. He would say he pointed towards ICC, then immediately pointed back. He was telling the referee where the ball should be inbounded, so ICC catches a big break there.
Well, ICC gets lucky for sure, because that's exactly what we just outlined you could not do. You can't let it turn into a track meet. And I tell you what, anytime DeAnthony Tipler or John Darius Warren touch the basketball for Northeast, a track meet's exactly what's coming.
And here comes the Tigers again in transition. The layup this time is up and good for Tipler, and Tipler made sure he had a little bit more separation that time in the easy basket.
Back-to-back possessions where the ball gets knocked loose from ICC, and Tipler and Warren, they're going to get out there when you got them in a 2-on-1 set. You know, in transition, you cannot slow them down. 39-31, Tigers with the lead. Inside 19 minutes to play now here in the second half. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians picked up a 65-55 win, and right now it's going to be the end of the Anthony Tipler show. He's pretty much just cherry picking on the other end of the floor each time ICC turns the basketball over, and now just like that, it's ballooned quickly to 10. And you know, we just said at halftime, Northeast is a team who can look like they're left for dead on offense, can't get anything to go, and before you blink your eyes, they put 10 points on you. Well, that's 3 possessions in a row where they knocked the ball loose on defense and got it out front to John Darius Warren and DeAnthony Tipler, who've just laid it up.
Tipler has 6 points in the contest. ICC loses the basketball again there, and looks like some pretty sound defensive adjustments here for the Tigers during halftime.
Playing very physical right there in the center. You know, ICC saw some success on the dribble drive and kick-out game earlier in the first half. Looks like Cord Wright says, hey, that's not going to be how you beat us in the second half.
Backside lob, layup is there, count the basket. Jones gets his first basket of the night, a nice feed that time. They run that backdoor screen to perfection.
Good job by John Darius Warren to throw the alley-oop. Jones there to lay it off the right side. Really got Antoine Porter in a bad position to where he tried to foul and keep the 2-point basket or the slam dunk from happening, but instead the layup goes down, the foul counts 2. And ICC on the bad end of a 6-0 run to open up the second half.
Yeah, 12 now is the lead, and that's the largest of the night for the Tigers. Tigers doing much like they did to start the game. They're starting the second half the same way, just on an impressive run as the free throw is good.
Yep, opened up the game on an 8-0 run. Now opened up the second half on a 7-0 run. That's tough when you're trying to get into the rhythm of a half.
To say the Indians need a basket in a big way would be an understatement right now. ICC not having a good start to the second half here. Now trail at 44-31 with 17:44 to play. Three-pointer on its way. Not the shot you're looking for if you're the Indians, as ICC not moving well without the basketball.
Yeah, shooting only about 28% on the year from the three-point land, and that's not necessarily what you want to settle for there early in the shot clock.
So the Tigers with the basketball, working around the perimeter. This is going to be Warren with it. Again, there's that backside lob, and this time they throw it down, and nice play that time for the Tigers as they set that one up nice.
Same exact play. Once again, a good screen up top by DeAnthony Tipler allows the big man Jones to get free off the right side. A better pass from John Darius Warren, and the alley-oop, back-to-back plays, nets 4 points.
15 now is the lead. That's the largest of the night. ICC attacks the basket, and this time they're fouled. And Jordan, that's where they had success in the first half, was attack, and that's the first time we've seen it do them so far here in the second half.
That's what you've got to do a lot of times when you're up against an opponent that can outsize you. That's what Northeast is able to do, and ICC, by taking it at them, is going to get a lot of foul trouble on Northeast. So going to take it to the charity stripe, try to shoot your way back into it. You trailed by 12 earlier on in the night. Down 15 now, though, with 17 minutes to go.
That free throw from Brown is off the mark. He's got 2 points on the night. 17 minutes to play here, and waiting the tail end of this second shot opportunity. 46-31. Tigers in control to start the second half. A little bit of confusion on what's going on out there right now as the referees finally give Brown the basketball. Second free throw, that one good for Brandon Brown. He's now got 3, and we'll get a substitution into the game. This is going to be Carlton into the contest. Brown will check out. First points of the second half coming from the free throw line. Now for the Indians, it's got to start defensively, get a stop, and see if you can turn things around on the offensive end.
Going to be a 2-3 zone look from ICC. Haven't seen a lot of that 2-3 zone against Northeast, but that's what they're going to come out in here.
Reverse layup, and it's been all Northeast to start this second half here. Impressive play there, and Coach Pate needs a timeout. Rightfully so here. The the Indians finally call it. 48-32 your score. Timeout on the floor. Let's take it with them and be back with more. We're going to hear from Sonic here on the ICC Sports Network.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 48-32. Tigers at zone defense right now, giving the Indians fit as they push the lead out to 16. That's the largest of the night. Real quick shout out, see my guy Darren Coffey, Calhoun City High School basketball coach in attendance tonight. He's texting me across the way. We do appreciate everyone that's tuned in here. And Jordan, right now, if you're ICC, what do you got to do against this 2-3 zone?
Well, really the only time you've had success has been when you've been able to dribble, drive, and kick out. That is something you should be able to do against the 2-3 zone. But getting a charge call right there, that's questionable. Coach Grant Pate definitely thinks so too.
Yeah, and Coach Pate was quick to come out and say that too. I thought he was inside that arch as well. And neither referee, they just walk away from him, so that means they didn't see it. And that's going to say they don't really know for sure that it was that way. So tough call there. And that's the way it goes, Jordan. When the breaks beat the boys, and it's things like that go against you. So Tigers with the basketball. Hot start to the second half here for the Tigers. They lead at 48-32 with 16:15 to go here in the second half. There's that backdoor lob again, and another throwdown. The Tigers just running at will here against the Indians.
Indians do not have an answer to Cameron Jones right now. Everything he's doing off the right side of the offensive set, and he's just rolling off screens towards the goal, and they're throwing it to him and letting him dunk it. That's happened 3 times in a row on the offensive side of the ball for Northeast.
Yeah, Jones has got 9 points, all 9 coming here in the second half. Three-pointer no good. Carlton with the rebound. Nowhere to go with it. Was able to throw it back, and Doolittle found it.
There's not much of an identity on offense for ICC right now. It's not much movement. They're struggling. Shot clock's getting low, and they're having to attack and throw up bad shots.
And there's a telegraph pass taken away by the Tigers. Northeast with the basketball now. He's going to go inside, and that's going to be a charge or a block.
That had to be a charge.
Yeah,
it is a charge against Cameron Jones.
So they were lowered his shoulder. Some of the Northeast fans upset saying he was still moving. You can still be moving. You initiate that contact, lower the shoulder, and there's a significant height advantage there. So
right.
you get your shoulder that low, you builded your way in.
Lower the shoulder, and that off-ball hand gets extended a little bit. That makes that charge call a little bit easier to make.
So the Indians with it. Got to have a basket this trip down, Jordan, after getting the stop on that. And a rare stop defensively for the Indians here in the second half.
No doubt. You're in dangerous territory right here trailing 18 with 15 minutes to go.
3-point basket put up by Doolittle, no good. Tigers controlling the boards here, that 2-3 zone. They're tall, they're long, they're lean, and it's getting it done.
The 13-1 run to open up the second half for Northeast.
Tigers with it. And then they lose the basketball. The ICC gets it now, trying to get out in transition. This is Ranch Champ. Had his shot blocked. Smith stays with it. His shot's no good. And the Tigers get the rebound. That's the perfect tell of the tape so far here in the second half.
Rance comes down the floor in transition, and he goes layup off the left side, but he put it up with his right hand. He telegraphed that layup and made it really easy for Northeast just to pin off the backboard. Ball fumbles around, and they take it over.
Tigers step out of bounds as they move the ball up to 4. Third straight turnover by the Tigers. Unfortunately, though, for the Indians, they haven't been able to take advantage.
Well, but fortunately for the Indians, like you said, they haven't put the ball in the hole because they've had plenty of opportunities.
3-point basket well off the mark, no good. Rebound being chased for, slapped up in the air. The Tigers chase it down. 50-32 is the score. 14:20 to go here in the second half. It's been all Northeast. Quick three-pointer on its way. Air ball collected by Madarius Hobson. This is the guy you got to get inserted into the ball game.
That's the shot on offense for Northeast that if your coach Wright drives you absolutely crazy.
Mayday.
Good job by Hobson off the right elbow.
He just dribbles down and might have heard what I said there. He's got to insert himself here as he was able to bury that jumper. 50-34 now. Indians with the lead. But, yeah, if there's any type of knock right now in the second half or so far in the contest against this really good Northeast team is when they get that lead, they start to make a little bit those not smart selections as Tipler drills that jumper 8 points.
Yeah, you've seen tonight so far, Northeast has been able to extend the game to 12 points. They've extended it to 18 points now, but each time they've got to that double-digit lead, it's like they've got a little lackadaisical on the offensive end and jacked up bad shots, not really moved it out, not ran those sets to Cameron Jones like we've seen them do over the course of the last 6 minutes.
So ICC with the basketball. They trail at 52-34, 13 and a half to play here. We do appreciate everyone tuning in on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM, as well as watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com. The Indians, they're not moving offensively. They're just jacking up threes right now. Jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Northeast. You got to move without the basketball against zone defense.
It's almost like ICC's accepted the fact they do not have the size to go in low with Northeast, even though in the first half when they made that run to cut that lead to 3 points, they did it by going in low.
52-34 Northeast with the lead, coming up on 13 minutes to play here. Indians in a man-to-man defense. Driving inside, drops it off to the big man. His layup is up, bouncing around, and falls. Friendly roll there that time for Spears. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Wow, they're calling a flop violation.
Flop on Shermontis Mitchell. He's laying on the ground. He doesn't have a shoe on his left foot, and they're going to say that big 6'7", 270 Ladarius Spears isn't capable of knocking him to the floor. That's a terrible call right there. There's no doubt about it. That's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's one of those, and Grant Pate, he's a cool, calm, and collective guy, but that's one of those situations, if you're Grant, you may just need to test the waters of getting in the official's ear and see if a technical foul might not fire up your guys here. 20 is the lead.
Absolutely, especially when you're going to lose the size battle the way you have. I mean, most of the time when you don't have the size the other team has, you're going to have a little bit of a benefit of the doubt on your side. That has not happened so far here tonight.
So that's going to be a foul there, whistled on Kendrickus Carlton. Well, and I'm not saying this because I'm an ICC guy. I'm just saying this as a basketball fan in general. If you're going to call a flop violation on the other end, you've got to call it there on that end because he was falling before the contact got there. It was a charge. I'm not disputing that. But what you just called on one end, you got to call on the other end. Either way it goes, Northeast with the basketball, the commanding 54-34 lead. Everything going the way of the Tigers here in the second half.
And you know what, we're going to see a lot here early on in the year at the Division I level all the way down to the junior college level is that flop call. This is the first year that we've seen that. You're going to see some officials want to call it just because it hasn't been done yet.
And that's one thing, and you see that every year, no matter the sport, whether it's targeting in football, the extra step in basketball. When officials are told to pay extra attention to the calls, you start seeing them called a lot more. Traveling was the call on the other end against Northeast. The turnover gives the ball back to ICC. The Indians needing a basket this trip down the floor.
Good job there by Trevante Doolittle. Just dribble drive off the right side, goes in. He's a left-handed guy. A nice little finger roll there in the lane. Cut the lead back to 18.
Doolittle, that's his 10th point of the night. Coming up on 12 minutes to play, 54-36 is the score in favor of the homestanding Tigers. They're 11-0 on the year, and they're showing why so far here in the second half. Three-pointer on its way. Looked like a travel that time by Humphreys. He took a little baby hop.
That was a great pass, though, by DeAnthony Tibbler. He's coming back towards the home team bench there. He finds Humphrey wide open and maybe got away with a little slide step there, but he drills home the three. And for the first time tonight, Northeast goes up by more than 20.
So this is Hobson with the basketball. Step away, baseline jumpers off the mark, no good. And I'll tell you, when Hobson struggles with that baseline jumper and his shooting from distance against a tall team like this, it really hurts when you got your leading scorer not being able to fill it up. 57-36, coming up on inside 11 and a half now. Quick three-pointer put up by the Tigers. Up in and good. When it rains, it pours, and it's pouring on the Indians right now. The Tigers. Jordan, I don't know what else to say other than they're impressive right now.
Well, they're outscoring ICC in the second half, 23-5. So that says a lot in itself. They're led by DeAnthony Tibbler, and he not 20 points a game. You don't average that without being a good ball player. He's a smooth point guard out there running the show for Northeast.
Hobson goes inside, hits the deck, a lot of contact, no foul call. And now here comes the Tigers trying to get back on the other end. Doolittle steps in front of that pass, takes it away. Now trying to get out in transition, drops it off. And that's going to be a layup up in and good for the Indians.
Yeah, good job there by Trevante Doolittle. He's been the bright spot offensively so far tonight. Very active in the throwing lanes on defense, and that gets him out in transition. Allows him to make things work as the point guard.
Quickly down the other end, and that's going to be a charge call there. That's going to be on number 3, DeAnthony Tibbler. And I want to say the Indians got away with one, maybe a makeup call there because he's inside the arch.
Yeah, definitely was not the guy that called the flop earlier, so maybe making up for that a little bit as he leaned over there inside a little bit, may have been inside that arch. Nonetheless, a charge, and that's going to help ICC get the basketball back.
Well, a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. My Pistons are still no good. They lose tonight 115-112 to Cleveland.
I did not peg you as an NBA basketball guy.
I'm not a league guy. I'm just a Pistons guy.
I did not peg you as a Pistons guy either.
Yeah, so. the bad boys back in the day, Rodman, Zeke, the crew, Microwave, all them, man. That's
back when the NBA played a little defense?
Yes, a little. When you drove to the lane and come out with a broken arm. 60-38 is the score. 10:20 to play here in the second half. Northeast with the lead here over your ICC Indians. Indians lob it into nobody. And Carlton hustling down, but couldn't quite get to it enough, and not really sure where the ball was intended that time, as it was just basically an inbounds pass.
Definitely not on the same page on the inbounds pass. I mean, Northeast is good enough on offense. When you start gifting them buckets, that makes it even harder.
Timeout taken that time as Carlton hits the deck and landed on the ball in his stomach. Probably knocked the wind out of him that time. Timeout on the floor. Let's take it with them. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 62-38, Northeast with the lead. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith here courtside in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Remember, you can join the Alumni Association by visiting iccms.edu/alumni. And Jordan, ICC, not impossible, but highly improbable as Northeast has just put on a clinic here in the second half.
No better way to say it than that, my friend. 37-31, Northeast led at the halftime break, but since that halftime break, it has been all Northeast.
Hobson with it, has to kick it back out after seeing a quick double team, and there's that 2-3 zone and this shot clock violation against the Indians, and right now everything, offensively, defensively, going the way of the Tigers.
ICC not a great three-point shooting team. Cord Wright knows that. That staff at Northeast knows that. They're going to go 2-3 zone. They like to force the issue early on, a little bit of a full-court press, but then they're going to settle back into a 2-3 zone and try to make them shoot you out of it.
Fall-away jumpers off the mark, no good. We've got a foul underneath the basket, and that's going to go against ICC, as they're going to say Pendleton pushed off to get the rebound that time. Try to find you some scores throughout the league and throughout North Mississippi as we can continue through the night. Of course, that scoreboard update being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Inside they go, the big man. That's going to be Spears getting the basket. He's got 8 points unofficially on the night.
You know, Adam, this is a very young division slate so far. Only 2 games in, but we haven't seen everybody else in the division. But I don't see many teams from a matchup standpoint that are going to match up very well with Northeast. They've got athleticism up front at guard, but in the post, they are big and they are long and they are athletic.
Not only that, they've got depth to go with that as well. As there's a drive to the basket that time, that's going to be Tyler Smith. He's fouling his way up. A Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. East Mississippi leading Holmes 54-48. That's with 5:30 left in the game there. Ingomar, this is boys basketball, high school basketball. Ingomar defeats New Albany 82-77. That's a fun game out there in Union County. Amory and Smithville girls are tied 46-46 going into overtime. And let's see if we can find anything else for you real quick. And we do have a final score as that free throw was up, in, and good. Both of those good for Smith. As Colan beats Gulf Coast 49-42. That's a low-scoring game. Driving it inside, that ball slapped away. Loose ball on the floor. Pendleton gets it. He fires up a 3 and buries it.
It's a good job there by Pendleton and a good job by ICC altogether as they get gifted a possession there by forcing a turnover in the press. If you could rattle home a 3, that's a big swing of things.
Makes it 64-43 in favor of Northeast. 3-point basket on the other end. The Tigers answer in a big way and they take a timeout. Timeout on the floor. 8:14 to go in this one. Tigers lead at 67-43. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we reset out of the timeout. 8:14 to go here, 67-43. Jordan, we always try to be positive and give credit where credit's due. We got to do that for the Tigers tonight. They have simply dominated the second half.
No doubt about it, up 30-12 in the second half. I mean, they came out early, started out the game tonight on an 8-0 run. They came out in the second half on a 7-0 run and thought you'd see ICC fight back into it like they did in the first half. But it's been too much offense from Northeast throughout the second half so far tonight.
There's going to be a foul underneath. And a good job that time, ICC, getting that high-low set. That 2-3 zone that Coach Wright switched to at halftime has been effective all night tonight for the Tigers.
And unless ICC finds somebody they can go to beyond the arc to really shoot somebody out of that 2-3 zone, you get the feeling they're going to see a lot more of that throughout the year. Only averaging, about 7 That's actually not correct. They're shooting a three-point shot about 27% on the year, and that's just not going to cut it at this level of basketball.
Carlton just fired up a three on that other end for ICC. It was off the mark. Northeast gets the rebound. The Tigers turn it over as they try to get a little bit too fancy in the paint. Carlton drives inside. No. Tip, no. Rebound controlled by the Tigers. Northeast with a 2-on-1 opportunity here. Lob it to the backside. A little too tall, but there's the Tigers to clean things up. And even when things go wrong, it turns into something positive. Perkins getting his first points of the second half.
It's just great movement on the offensive end by Northeast. Can't say enough about what they've got out front with those guards, Darius Warren and D'Anthony Tipler, is it really all just facilitates through them. That, and you got some big guys in Perkins, Jones, and Chapman that can really run the floor. It's suddenly, you got a starting five that you feel really good about.
Rance Champ drills that three, and that's got to be the guy that steps up from the outside for the Indians as Champ knocks it down.
Champ comes into the night shooting the three ball at 46%. But other than him and Brandon Brown, you've got some guys that have really struggled beyond the arc.
That was his second three-pointer of the game. He's got 6 points. Loose ball in the paint. We're going to have a reach-in foul here on the Indians, as that one's going to be whistled on Champ. Well, as we said, it's a big day across the state, and for you, Mississippi State fan there, you got a new football coach. What you thought?
Well, it's an unorthodox hire.
Yeah.
Thought a lot about it both ways. At some point for Mississippi State and for Ole Miss, you got to come to the understanding to compete nationally and to be nationally relevant, you're going to have to do something a little bit different than everybody else, more than likely. Eventually you got to go to air raid. You got to go to the wishbone set possibly. So to see Mississippi State go air raid, that's going to be interesting to see. Now, with that said, I don't think there's enough wide receivers on that roster right now to go to it comfortably full scale. So it's going to take some time to implement. But at the end of the day, you're going to sell a lot of tickets. You're going to score a lot of points, and you're going to have a lot of fun.
D'Anthony Tipler with the layup. Three-pointer is up and good for Pendleton. Pendleton hits his second three-pointer of the night. And ICC fighting, clawing, trying to find their way back into this one, trailing 71-49.
A little too late from beyond the arc. Has hit 3 out of the last 4 attempts from out in three-point range, and that's really where you've struggled and has allowed Northeast to sit there in that 2-3 zone and dictate the pace of the game.
Tell you what, that was a brave move that time by Tyler Smith. Had a big man barreling down the lane at you, and he just stood in there, took that charge, and gets the ball back here for the Indians. 6:05 to play, 71-49 is the score. Some of the fans starting to head out of the gymnasium here. ICC will be back in action on Monday. I believe it's against ASU Mid-South. That won't be a division game, but you can watch it live right here on letsgoicctv.com, the red channel. So ICC with the basketball, swings it around the perimeter now, trying to drive inside. Shot is up, and it was blocked. Wanting the foul call, but a good straight-up defensive play that time.
Contact down there around the block, but 22-point game, under 6 to play, not going to get that call.
So the Tigers crossover inside the paint. Shot is up, no good, and the rebound pulled down that time by Tyler Smith. But Coach Payton wanting the guys to hurry up and finally get the ball across the floor here. Pendleton's going to swing it out wide. That's going to be Brandon Brown. Brown with the basketball. Pendleton's going to dribble over. Trying to work off a screen from Hobson. Now kicks it out to Brown. Brown into the corner to Champ. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Champ puts the shot up, and he is fouled. Good job that time. Ball faking, getting the guy in the air, and then just putting the shot up and drawing the contact.
Been very impressed with Rance Champ over the course of the years. He's one of those first guys usually to come off the bench, averaging 3.3 points per game, but he's looked very good shooting it from beyond the arc, and he just plays with a lot of poise. He's always in control. He does the right thing on defense. He gets open on the offensive end from the three-point line. I can definitely see where he has a big role in this team down the stretch.
Misses that first free throw. We'll have the second shot opportunity coming up here. 5:05 to play, 71-49. And the second free throw is good. Now they tail into this rare three-shot opportunity here as substitution into the game. This is going to be Jondarius Warren. What a game he's had, 15 points, 13 of those coming in the first half.
Northeast 11-0 in the year, averaging about 90 points per game. So was very interested to see them here tonight, and I can't lie, I'm very impressed with the product Coach Cord Wright's been able to put on the floor here tonight with with the Tigers, that is.
Good job that time by Tyler Smith, taking a 2-on-1 opportunity, turning it into a turnover, gets the ball back now. Pendleton with it, now back to Smith in the corner. Smith wants to drive inside, that's a charge. All day, every day, and you know what, can't really blame Smith for trying to get to the basket that hard that time, and Northeast wants to take a timeout. Timeout on the floor. Let's take it with them. We're going to hear from Sonic and be back with more right after this. ICC trails at 71-51 with 4:48 to play.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. 71-51, 4:48 to play here. Northeast with the lead here in the nightcap. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians picked up a 66-55 win in the first game of the day. The Tigers look like the way things are going here, going to hold on to earn the split. And we've talked about it. This Northeast team presents a lot of problems for this ICC team. They're really good in the guard play, have a lot of height and a lot of depth as well. And this is going to be a pretty good team that you got to think Jordan's going to make a pretty good push. Granted, we're only 2 games into into division play, but you got to think right now between them and Pearl River, they're the 2 favorites for the state championship.
Well, no doubt about it. I'm excited to see them already here in a couple weeks when they come to our place in Fulton to see how much they improve between now and then. Because from an offensive standpoint, at times tonight, they've been just about as sound as Coach Cordwright could possibly ask them to be. They've got the parts, they've got the bench, they've got some depth. They've just looked like a pretty complete team at this scene right now.
That basket was good by Chapman. If you're going to foul him coming to the basket, you got to foul him harder. I'm not saying be malicious, but you got to foul him harder than that to not let him have that easy layup. Free throw, though, is no good. Yeah, to go back to that, we talked about it a little bit for this Northeast team. They got to a point where they got impatient with their offensive sets. Coach Wright did a great job of taking some timeouts and getting them refocused and really had them locked in here in the second half. As a nice play by ICC as they drive it inside, and this will send the Indians back to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there with what you said. That's the biggest knock so far tonight from what we've seen with Northeast was several times when the games got tight, they've played tight. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't take long. As we said, you blink your eyes, and next thing you know, that you're down 2, or then you're down 10. They got the quick strike ability, no doubt about it.
That first free throw, no good from Antoine Porter. We're waiting the second free throw here, and it's good. Well, we do encourage you to come out and support ICC basketball Monday night when they step out of division play to take on ASU Mid-South. And late foul call that time, but it's going to be called on Rance Chimp. Jordan, I know we've got a lot of things going on right now, and you're in recruiting, so if anybody's listening right now would like to set up a tour of ICC, technically still time to sign up for classes right now.
Absolutely.
Tell them how they could do that.
More than give us a call tomorrow. Call us at the office. Get a hold of the advising center. Still time to get in some traditional hours. Still time to get in online classes. You haven't missed anything from an online perspective. They don't start until Monday anyway. But, lots going on. If you want to see a tour of campus, any of our campuses, whether it's Tupelo, Fulton, Belden, we're more than happy to set that up and show you around and tell you about all the great things we've got going on at ICC. I will tell you this, Adam. Enrollment is up. Nice. Tours, we've shown more tours than we ever have. I say we ever have than we have in a long time. Definitely was up year over year, so lots of good things going on, a lot of people involved. We'd love to have you a part of the family there at ICC.
Nice layup that time by Jones. He's got 11 points now in the contest. And, to go back and let's continue talking about that. Dr. Hab, Taylor. By the way, what's Taylor's last name now?
It has changed. It's Tudor now.
It has.
Taylor Tudor.
I called her Taylor Kelly the other day, and she answered. Of course, she's
right,
as sweet as can be, but so she recently got married. But, you guys are doing a great job. I know we partner with you a lot in community relations as well. So just talk about that unique chemistry that you guys have.
Well, it's been great. First year for Taylor and I both. Dr. Hab has come in as You better hold on because it looks like Cameron Jones is about to tear the rim off the backboard as they hit that alley-oop for the 4th time in the second half. But back to what we were talking about, Dr. Hab, only in her 2nd year with us. A lot of people don't necessarily understand that, but she's got a lot of experience in a lot of different places and just been able to really go in there, put all of our ideas together. We've loved partnering with you guys over in community relations and just coming up with how we can best illustrate the things we have going on at ICC. It's a unique spot we're in. We are able to help anybody. I truly believe so. Whether it's the top academics, whether it's the people looking to get involved in career tech, whatever it may be, there's something for you there at ICC, and we like telling that story and showing people how they can get involved.
Find out how you can contact us in this commercial break. ICC Trails Northeast is we'll be back with more right after this. At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. And welcome back to action as we reset the timeout here. ICC trails this one 77-56, 2.5 to play in the contest. Turn over the ball back to the Indians here. So, Jordan, we were talking about how you can set up some tours. What can people expect when they come on those tours?
Well, we're going to personalize it for whatever they want, Adam, pretty much. We do tours for athletes. We do tours for people interested in being a part of the band. We do tours for people that are specifically coming because they want help on financial aid. Whatever it may be, we're going to help you with that. We're going to show you dorm rooms. We're going to show you academic buildings. We're going to show you student activities and all the great things that Jake Hartfield and his staff have going on over there. We'll show you the cafeteria. I tell people all the time, the cafeteria's got to be pretty good because me and Adam Gore are eating there just about every day. So
absolutely.
We're going to show everybody what's going on at ICC. Anything they want help with, anything they want to see, we're going to show it to them.
And this has become the DeAnthony Tipler show. He scores a quick 5 points, and ICC takes a timeout. We're going to take the timeout with a gut check time for the Indians. Full timeout on the floor. Back with more right after this.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back out of the timeout. Rance Champ takes a quick 3-pointer. It was no good. Gets the ball back after a Carlton rebound. Carlton drives inside, puts a wild jumper up. It's no good. Rebound tipped around, and the Tigers control the boards. Well, Jordan, I said going into the break, gut check time for the Indians. Yeah, this game's over with, but are you going to fight to the bitter end here if you're ICC, or are you just going to roll over and let Northeast take this thing?
Well, you can usually tell how that's going to go by looking at the boards. And I'm going to be interested to see what the boards look like at the end of this game because ICC led 19-17 in rebounding at the halftime break. So off those missed shots, see if they get in there and fight for that ball a little bit. You'll tell a lot about your basketball team right there.
Rance Champ hits the layup, makes it an 82-58 contest, coming up on 1 minute remaining here. We do have some substitutions in the game for ICC. Let's go ahead and give you that Coca-Cola lineup on the floor. Pendleton, Champ, Porter, Carlton, and Crump all on the floor here as that basket is up in and good for the Tigers. And I tell you what, it's just been an incredible, impressive, I don't know enough adjectives to say here for this contest or the second half for the Tigers. Carlton gets that basket to fall. He's got 4. The lead now 24 with 30 seconds to play here. ICC is just going to fall back and let the Tigers run this one out. So it will be a split on the night, Jordan. The Lady Indians win 66-55 in the first game, and here in a few minutes, the Tigers are going to pull away for a 20-plus point victory.
Yeah, it was a game in the first half that was a lot closer than that scoreboard's ever going to show, but it was a quick run by Northeast to open up the second half, and by quick run, I mean like a 25-7 run within 5 minutes that really opened up the lead. And it's going to skew that scoreboard.
And the layup good for Carlton, and that's going to do it. This one over here, and the Tigers pick up the 84-62 win. We're going to take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Carhop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
And welcome back as your final score here in the nightcap. Northeast takes care of business 84-62. Jordan, your thoughts on the game?
Tale of two halves, really, tonight's what it was. ICC struggled there in the first half out of the gate, but they really come back together and mounted a good run there towards the end of the first half. And were able to cut it to what was a 6-point lead at the halftime break. But Northeast came out guns a-blazing there in the second half. Came out, I believe it was a 23-5 run to open up the second half and really never did turn back. And, you know, as we were talking there in the commercial break, Coach Cord Wright, he's got some talent on this team. He's going to be sitting in a pretty good position here in a month or so because they've got a lot of the pieces that they would be looking for to make a deep run.
We do appreciate Northeast printing out these final stats, but their printer's running low of ink. So
yeah, not much we can do with it.
I kept the scoring throughout the game, so these Sonic stats not official at the end of the night. So let's start with Northeast, who improves to an impressive 12-0, 2-0 in North Division play. Anthony Tippler, he scored 18 points, 16 of those coming in the second half. Spears had 8, Humphrey with 5, 15 points for Jadarius Warren. You had 3 points from Cole McGarth, 13 points for Jalen Perkins, 11 points from Cameron Jones. Isaac Chapman had 6. For ICC, they were led in scoring by Rance Champs, 10 points. Brown had 5, Porter with 7, Smith with 6, Mitchell with 2, Doolittle also with 10 points, Carlton with 6, Pendleton with 8, Darius Hobson with 8, only had 2 points in the second half. You can tell that was kind of their thought pattern in the second half, switching that 2-3 zone, limit the opportunities for Mayday, and then as Mayday goes, so goes that offense.
Well, it was a great move. I mean, ICC shoots at less than 30% from the three-point line. They go 2-3 zone and say, you're not going to drive it in deep on us like you got back into this game with the first half. We're going to make you beat us out deep. And ICC simply couldn't do it. Those missed threes translated into long rebounds. They ran out in transition. And like we said, you blink your eyes, the next thing you know, they've hung 10 points on you in a hurry.
Well, Jordan, that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. We do appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Lady Indians win the first game of the day by the final score of 66-55. The Indians fall in the nightcap by the final score of 84-62. We do invite you to join us Monday night when we're back in action at the DEC. It'll be Jersey night at the DEC. So you want to be sure and wear your favorite basketball jersey.
Leave your Pistons jersey at home, Adam.
Yeah, I guess I will. But either way it goes, Jordan, appreciate you coming out tonight.
Absolutely.
Lee Adams has been on hand tonight. He's been updating Twitter as well as taking photos for ICCimages.com. Remember, you can order photos from this game, other games, and other events at ICC from the past few years at ICCimages.com. Up top has been Raphael Henry running the camera for tonight's broadcast as well. We do want to give a shout out. Not sure who's running the board back in the studio in Tupelo, but we do appreciate everyone that's tuned in as well on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. This is Adam Gore saying good night. Have a blessed evening. Remember, stay safe this weekend with all this weather coming in. And as always, roll Tide.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.